What is up, everybody? Hope you're all doing good today. Hopefully, I just added in a quick little video that just showed most of the airport. So, today we are looking at Frankfurt International Airport. Just kind of give you all an in-depth look. I guess not necessarily fully in-depth, but just an idea of what this airport looks like in Microsoft Flight Sim. So, we're starting here at one of the probably the most well-known, most picturesque places in Frankfurt personally. And this is where you've probably seen videos or pictures of 747s and A380s lined up all down this area. So the one thing, well, two things I've noticed. So first thing is it's just kind of random, but there's no Lufthansa signage, and that's just it feels weird without it. But I think that's because they decided to not do any sort of that's what we're looking for. Licensing, which makes sense, because especially when we get some of the airline stuff, I bet it costs a ton of money. The other thing is we only have the single jetways, and I'm kind of disappointed about that. I was, as somebody that's had a lot of stuff like the FS Dream Team stuff, I love having two jetways. It's a small thing, but it's a cool thing for me. Kind of disappointed, not the end of the world. Also, the other thing I was hoping we'd see the 3 jetways for the A380. But maybe, I feel like we'll probably see a mod like that. Besides that, this area looks pretty on par with what I expected, in a good way. I mean, this is exactly what it looks like. Everything down to like these lights. I've flown out of this part of the airport a lot in my time, and it's looking pretty good. We have over here, which normally is, from what I remember, it's usually a bunch of A320 family aircraft are usually parked here. Not really little aircraft, but that's not like a big deal. That's just kind of the what the AI decided to put there. Over here looks pretty much, I mean, this looks pretty realistic compared to what the airport looks like. And the coloring is probably about on par. The one thing I would say is usually in Frankfurt, when I recall, the windows are a little more blue. Not a big deal. So one thing I'd like to kind of point out, which is really nice and I like, is the fact that they actually went ahead and went a little overboard with all the buildings they brought in. So this is a really interesting building. It's a hotel, I think a Hilton actually. And it's also where I think one of the train stations is located. And so I like how they did this, because in some of the places, in some of the mods, it feels like you just kind of stood out there. You know, it's you have flatness and nothing, and then boom, airport. And I like how they build up the area around the airport a little bit, makes it look a little nicer. Now coming over here, this area is predominantly filled up with sorry, let me level this camera back out. Still not used to the controls yet. I've done about 6 takes of this, hoping to be smoother, but I think we're just going to go with this one because it's going good so far. Over here looks pretty good as well. Sorry, I opened up the map there. A lot of the key bindings are next to each other. Kind of same thing. Usually lots of Lufthansa signage over here. Not a big deal, just kind of a, you know, different thing. Kind of reminds me of LAX, and that's just normally how it looks. Coming over here, we have a lot of, like, they did not need to go this in depth with like this small things, but on the inside it makes me happy. I'm glad they went in depth with stuff. We have their version of an A380, which I don't have to worry about the licensing. So let's go ahead and rotate this way. It's an interesting version of the A380, but hey, I'll take that. So once again, kind of saddened by the fact that we didn't see the double jetway gates. Not a big deal. The roads, everything is looking on par, including the weird little fire station right there. And then I think that's Lufthansa. That's either their cargo or maintenance area there. Coming over here, we have lots of remote gates, which you really can't mess those up. And one thing I've noticed is and this is the only place I've seen it, there's a United like A330 looking aircraft right here. Now, it's like a static plane, but I've only ever seen it in the Frankfurt, and it's like an A330, A350 kind of hybrid looking plane. Actually, it's probably more, because it kind of looks like the A330 in some ways with the winglets, but the A350 in terms of the cockpit and engines. I'm kind of surprised that they added in a United. I'm curious if we're gonna see some Easter egg with United Airlines. Personally, I'd love that, and that would make my day. Coming over here, let's just kind of look out. I like that they add in a lot of vehicles. Now, that's one thing I've always hated about a lot of the DLC, or not DLCs, but add-ons, is the airports are so empty. And this looks pretty normal in terms of just the amount of vehicles you see around. Now, usually there's always a ton of aircraft over here. Now, this video is not to go crazy in depth. I wanted to just give you all a look at these airports, especially if for some of the airports that y'all might be using, consider upgrading to a different package. So one thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and kind of look at look over there. I think that's where they're building a new terminal. So let me just do this, and let's go ahead and zoom a little, and we can go up. So give you all a look at that. I love this zoom feature. Over here, still looks pretty much on par with everything else. I would go over there and show you, but the detail level is about the same with everything else. This is just meant to be a quick, 5 or 10 minute video. And the other thing that we have here is the extra runway. One thing I've hated is most of the most of the as I recall, them not having this runway, which is really annoying, because I can tell you how many times I was on approach in Bat Sim and they told me to line up for this runway and it wasn't there, and I was like, hey guys, yeah, this runway's not there, and or ended up landing on like this runway right here because it was the new right as opposed to that. So yeah, that's it. That's just a very quick, rough look at Frankfurt. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and if y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer, and I hope this gives you an idea if you are on the fence about buying something. So until next time, y'all have a good one. Goodbye.